HarperVia and HarperAudio present Salty, a novel by Kate Myers, performed by Khristine Hvam. For Zoe. Across all the passing lives and deaths, the endless waves of swimming joy and quiet losses of exquisite creatures, there is nothing the ocean has not seen. Sally Andrew. Part 1. Chapter 1. You wouldn't know it was happening until the water reached your bed. Something this big doesn't go down fast, like a beer can to the bottom of a pool. Density, buoyancy, mass, and fiberglass. I'm not getting into that with you. Trust me, it takes a very long time. Overnight, for example. And I'm telling you, if you're asleep after you've had a few, you're not going to notice. You might hear the water before you feel it. But that's the thing, you know? The sound of water is extremely pleasant. Come on, that's what you're paying for in the first place, to hear the water all the time. Middle of the night, in a sleepy state like that, it wouldn't necessarily be crystal clear that the water was inside rather than out, lapping up against the boat like usual. You're probably enjoying it. Granted, all right, you might also hear things floating around. That decorative stuff they've got in there, potpourri bowls or bird statues or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Water's going to lift those items off the floor or off a low table and bang them around a bit, sure. But hey, again, water's a very effective muffler. And like I said, in this particular case, alarm's a no-go if the system line's snipped. Not like you're going to notice the lights are out. You hit the switch yourself when you went to bed. Problem is the deck lights go out too, so the boat goes dark on the surface. How often have you been swimming in the ocean at night, friend? No way. You just wouldn't notice, the average person. You'd be in the middle of a dream. What do people like him even dream about? Or does a guy like that just have nightmares about guys like me? If he's dreaming about some beach or a pool, the water is going to feel just right. A little REM state smell-o-vision. But the soaked bedding would get anybody, not a pleasant sensation. So that's it. You won't know something's going on until it hits the mattress line, soaks your sheets. And guess what? That means you're in 2-3 feet of water. And anyway, as soon as that happens, the second you bolt up and shake your wife awake, all hell breaks loose. Of course, first thing you do, you spin around and put your feet on the floor and, whoa, it's up to your knees, your waist even, if you've got one of those fancy high-up beds. Good luck to you. Even that's misleading, though. Most of the boat is completely underwater at that point. Only the downstairs suites haven't caught up yet, thanks to the valves. My handiwork, funny enough. You wouldn't know yet that the entire boat is most of the way gone. If you saw it from shore or from another boat, you'd only be able to see the top deck, the cockpit up there waving a Hail Mary. You can make it out of your suite, maybe, if the big door that goes from the main deck down to the living rooms is sealed. But as soon as you open that, like I'm saying, the rest of the boat's below the waterline. You're in your underwear staring down a wall of water, and the last thing you ever hear is your wife saying the dust ruffle's ruined. So no, for the 10th time, I'm telling you, there wouldn't be any survivors. Chapter 2. Never question the owners. The owners made choices about the boats, and it was her job to accept those choices. No comment. To wonder aloud, for example, about that silver-tubed fountain in the bow was to insult them. Denise knew this. She'd learned it 1,000,000 times. They were 10 minutes into a tour of a boat she'd already spent weeks at sea with, but there was a redesign that triggered the safety walk-through protocol. Like throw pillows were keeping the Coast Guard helicopters at bay. The owner paused in the bow to emphasize a word that was meaningless to Denise, herringbone, and gesture at the banquette seating.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?